Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, get ready for some juicy celebrity stories. Wendy's sounding off on all the latest hot topics. And from Million Dollar Listing New York, real estate mogul Frederick Eklund takes us into his world of high stakes and huge paydays. Plus, suit up in style this season. We've got summer's hottest swimsuits for every body type. Now, here's Wendy!
I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topic. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Today is day 2 of me and my Suzanne modeling stuff from my next collection on HSN. Yeah. Suzanne is wearing my fantastic leggings with the ruching at the bottom, and I like your ensemble at the top and the tank top and everything.
And I love the feel of the material. It's very soft and lightweight and luxurious.
Thank you, Suzanne. And my dress is $79. And what I like about it is, first of all, the fact, you see this? Yes, and it goes from size extra small to 3X. And it's a wrap dress, and what better way to wear a wrap dress? I mean, sometimes you can wear them with heels, but in the case of I had better feet, I would have worn sandals, and if you're going to a garden party during the summer, you put on some flip-flops. It comes in 5 solid colors, including black and turquoise and others. And then this is the flower one. Yeah! And so I will be live on HSN Saturday, May 30th. I'm gonna be on twice that day, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I'll be on from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And all this stuff will be available then. So we'll be wearing something again tomorrow, right, Suzanne? Yep. Do you remember what I asked you to watch last night? Bruce, did you do your homework? Excellent. Well, I have to say, I tried to stay up. It came on at 9 o'clock. But I think I focused on staying up so much I made myself tired. And I fell asleep at 20 after 9. But it's okay, I watched the rest. Somebody burned it for me in hair and makeup this morning, so I'm prepared. In the meantime, Kris and Bruce sat down in the kitchen. And Bruce didn't want to forget anything, so he made notes and brought the notes out. Just take a look at them talking about the transitioning, and then you and I'll talk.
I never saw this coming in a gazillion years. Your truth isn't always the truth. You have a story to tell, but you tell it to people that can't contradict and say what the truth is. Tell the truth.
Sometimes it's much easier to talk to somebody that you're not going to hurt than, it's not easy.
No, it's not. But you have to tell the truth.
That's what I'm trying to do. For the first time in my life, I'm trying to tell the truth. Okay. I've been to every one of the kids, one at a time, bringing them out to Malibu, sitting them down, saying, this is the truth. You are the toughest one to talk to out of anybody, okay?
Well, maybe it's because I'm the one you lied to the longest.
Right? It shocks me every time I see Bruce talk about this because it just reminds me that he was never anything more than an attention-seeking Kardashian to begin with. I still don't know, I'm not laughing. I still do not think that this is proper for TV. But as long as it's going to be there, I feel as though it's all of our collective opportunity to see somebody transition. We will never see this again on TV. And if we do, it'll be like, oh, we've seen that before. Next, next, next. So it's really riveting. His body language and his eye contact with Kris, he only looked at her towards the end. I mean, he's looking down at the table. And while I don't I sympathize with what Kris is going through. You know, she's not my favorite person. I do think that she has devilish ways. I also suspect that she has not been in the dark for as long as she's trying to make us feel. I suspect that she might have. I don't. But I also think, I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. I also think that, you know, it's one thing if you find woman's lingerie or something womanly in the back of your closet in the beginning years of your marriage or before you get married. But it's a whole nother thing. It has come to fruition, everybody. We are watching it go down. And it's, oddly, I liked Bruce and Scott having their discussion. They were outside talking and it was really heartfelt. And I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for Bruce that he's had to live this, or he's forced himself to live this life for 65 years, and now it's all finally coming together, but it's just more than a lot of people can bear, probably especially his children. I mean, you got the 17-year-old who, you know, the word is that she might be marrying this little rap fella, Tyga, and I'm not laughing, though, this is very serious. Well, you know, Kim was married when she was 19. So if you know, and the mother and father, Bruce and Kris have no bosshood over this 17-year-old, because anything that she says, all she has to do is come back, well, Mom, I'm not listening to you. Well, Dad, Mom, who are you? You know what I mean? It's just like, I could see this little girl marrying Tyga, because, you know, oftentimes you hear that when people, other than in the olden days where you married because that's what women did. These days, I find that if you look at why a young person, say a 19-year-old or 18-year-old gets married, sometimes it's because their own family is actually so dysfunctional, they feel as though they don't have an anchor, and everybody needs an anchor. So in my mind, I've been processing this. Okay, so Kylie marries Tyga so that she has an anchor, and then they quickly get pregnant and they have their own baby. So therefore, the family that she was actually birthed into won't be her paramount thing, and it'll be kind of her skating over a bigger issue, which is dealing with her family. And wow. And Khloe, I still do understand how Khloe feels. And I wonder what their reality TV show will be, or will they continue with reality TV after this summer, after this docuseries? Because to me, Bruce is now the star of the family and is going to keep them afloat on E! And he's going to toss them all breadcrumbs and bones, like, okay, you can come to my house so the cameras can see you. But the family itself cannot possibly go back to Lamar is allegedly getting high, and Scott needs rehab, and another sex tape. Like, they have really, you know, in a weird way, this has been good for the family because it has humanized them in a sympathetic way. So we, you know. So they would look crazy if they went back to the usual buffoonery. I don't want to see them going on vacation to Thailand. I don't want to see any of that, you know. I really don't want to see anything but this Bruce thing play out. And so we'll be watching, unfortunately. You know, you guys, it's only a 1-hour show. I can't possibly cover everything that you want me to cover in a 1-hour show. Then we got the commercials to play and stuff, and so, you know, then we got Frederick coming out, we got Ask Wendy. So, yesterday we talked about the Billboard Music Awards. I didn't want to make that all a hot topic. I saw Iggy Azalea, and I agree with you, but it's no big deal anymore if we think that somebody might have gotten a little work done. It's just what people, I guess, do. First of all, she's turning into a black woman. I swear, doesn't she look like an albino? Like an albino black person. She honestly does. Now look. First of all, I really like the hair, the pink tips, even though I wish the whole colored hair movement was over. But I like the pink tips. I like the density and I like the way it's shaped. Also, if that is a new nose, I think it looks terrific. Because the old one, well, I never thought that she was a bad-looking woman to begin with, but this new nose, if that's a new nose, is a marked improvement, and the new chin balances the nose. Now, when I was growing up in Ocean Township, New Jersey, it was a rite of passage for people to get nose jobs at 13, right before, like, the bat mitzvahs and stuff like that. And oftentimes, you get the nose done, and then the surgeon would say, you gotta get the chin done to balance everything out. Do you know what I'm saying? And so we're a nosy bunch here at Wendy. So we made a telephone call to our New York City plastic surgeon friend, Dr. Perlman. And we showed him the pictures of Iggy, and he says, well, yeah, it appears that she's gotten her nose done, and that might be a chin implant. He has to see the side thing. He said, but it could also be fillers. Like, if you get fillers in your chin, then they last for, like, you know, 6 months. But if you get the real, it looks like she got a chin, right? Yes. And it looks like she got the nose, right? Yes. And I like her with a little bit of that fake and baked tan. And I think that she looks really good. Well, you know, she said on the red carpet that she's trying to reinvent herself. She wasn't specific as to what, but, you know, she said she's trying to kind of reinvent. She's coming out with her second album soon. I'm sure that's going to be accompanied with some sort of tour. we forget things so fast with pop culture. Virtually, you know, you forget that Iggy exists until we talk about stuff like this. And she's got to keep us interested. And you know, these days with these pop stars, it's about more than just, you know, having music that you can snap your neck to. It's also about, I guess, having the edgy look and the edgy personality and the obligatory black boyfriend and whatnot. So she's got it all. Now let's see if she can put it down in the studio and make us interested. I hate lists. Unless I'm on the top of the list. Then all of a sudden, but I think that's human nature. Do you know what I'm saying? I hate competition. You hate competition unless you're winning, right? So look. So Maxim magazine has named the hottest woman in the world. Take a wild guess. Taylor Swift. They're Kendall and Kylieing her. We didn't talk about that at the Billboard Awards. Kendall and Kylie got booed too. All right, so they're booing Taylor Swift. I smell haters in all 3 aisles. I'm gonna tell you why. And by the way, there are a lot of haters on our staff too, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because this list, turns out, isn't just based on being hot. Because I think that this is an attractive girl. I just said yesterday, I don't find her have any sex appeal. Like, she's cute and she's talented, but this list is not made off of just looks, thank God. It's also off of who's had the most winning year. Now, these 8 Billboard Awards that she got were only a few of the awards she got this year. And then, even though she's not from New York, she became the ambassador for the greatest city in the world. We might not like it, but it's the way it is, you know? And she's kept us interested with her music, right? So, again, Taylor Swift is Maxim magazine's hottest. But I do agree with you. I feel as though Taylor Swift is overexposed. Yes. And this needs to be the last thing that she's celebrated for the next year. Yes. And it looks like we'll get our way with that because she's about to go on world tour. And the great thing about world tours is that for people who are overexposed, like Taylor Swift, we're not gonna be talking about her because she's gonna be going from country to country, to city, so they'll only be talking about her in that city. She won't be all up in our faces, which is a good thing. She needs to go someplace and be mixed, or missed, and then cross her fingers that we'll want her when she comes back, and we will in a year, but we will, right? Has anyone here ever broken an engagement by clapation? You were real proud back there with the white shirt. And all of a sudden, when you saw you're only one of 3, you brought your arms down. Listen, there's nothing wrong with breaking an engagement. I think that, you know, the more cowardly thing is like some of us did, walk down the aisle anyway, knowing you're doing the wrong thing. I was married for 5 months many moons ago. I told you that. If I had the guts to just break the engagement, I wouldn't have another story to tell you here on Hot Topics. Anyway, Bristol Palin broke off her engagement. Did you know she was engaged? No. Do you care? No. Oh, come on, you guys. Let me make you care, okay? Okay, look. So she's been engaged to this guy. This guy is 27 years old. She's 26 years. By the way, that's money well spent, right? Remember when she got her on her face? She's cute. Show that other picture without the sunglasses. The other picture without the sunglasses. Well, no, not that one. This is the old Bristol, but this is the new one, but without the glasses. You should. Oh, that's exactly. Money well spent. Anyway, she had the guts, and yes, I say guts because it takes courage to break off your engagement 5 days before the wedding. You are not getting the deposit back from the catering hall. Your bridesmaids are already lined up for those stupid dresses. You've been fitted for your bridal dress. Your mom is all excited, helping you do I mean, you piss everybody off 5 days before the wedding by being indecisive, but I still insist that takes more guts than walking down the aisles. Well, rumors surfaced that Bristol's fiance had been married before, and allegedly he didn't tell her. And Bristol says she knew about the past, but isn't that what you would say if you were suddenly caught in something stupid? Look, all I know is this. This woman was almost in our White House. If you survive the vetting process of becoming governor of your states, running for, you know, what part of this did they not vet the fella out? Now, you know, if I was a Palin, sure, they never made it to the White House, but they're like the Huckabees. They tried. Mike's trying again. But why didn't somebody hire a PI? I mean, heck, don't you at least Google, like, aren't you a little bit of a spy on who you date right now? me tell you something. It's been many years since I had to call on the services of a private detective. But, and however, I would, and I would. I would not just let my little Lord Fauntleroy just go on and marry anybody, you know, I'm not talking about, you know, education, stuff like that. I'm talking about if you can hide an ex-wife, then you can hide 5 kids. If you can hide 5 kids, you can hide 2 years in jail for trafficking heroin on Locked Up Abroad. Do you know what I mean? It just, I mean, if this is true, it just makes the whole family look less than smart. Now, on the other hand, if this little girl is denying and saying, no, she knew all along that he was married, then why are you canceling your wedding and engagement in 5 days? Well, this is what they're doing. They're gonna go through with the party anyway. They're calling it a celebration of, sorry. Slob. They're calling it a celebration of life party with his family and her family. So I don't know whether they're still together or maybe nobody wants to waste the money, so they want to have a party. I don't know. I think that the Palins have money. They, you know, in the name of dignity, I would just step aside and let his family party, and I'm going, but I'll take the honeymoon. Yes, I'll take the honeymoon. It's prom season. And the kids are wearing all kinds of stuff, including the boys. Just when you think a man's basic outfit is a pair of slacks, you know what I'm saying, and a jacket. No, here comes flashy Jaden Smith. It's our hot shot of the day. Hit it. Now, first of all, your eyes are not deceiving you. He's dressed in a Batman costume. Everything is spray painted white, so you can't really see. He's got the belt and the whole bit. Now, when he comes to your door, and you open it up and it's supposed to be your prom date, wait, just show what they look like going to the prom. A nice girl, her name is something like Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Hiney Ho. Something Hawaiian-ish, okay. But look, clearly you all, the foundation of her dress is a nice prom dress. But when she saw this freak through the keyhole, she probably said, Mom, find me a sword and give me that hat that you bought on your holiday with Daddy last year. Oh my gosh, he's trying to upstage me. That's it for Hot Topics. I wanted to talk about scantily clad girls going to the prom. We don't have time. We don't have time. It's okay. God willing, we'll all get back together tomorrow for more Hot Topics.